Have you ever heard of the Curupira? A mystical creature from Brazilian folklore, known for its fiery red hair, piercing green eyes, and, most famously, his backward feet. But here's the question. Is he just a myth, or could there be a deeper meaning behind his story? Today, we'll uncover every fascinating detail about this protector of the forest. Before we dive in, tell me in the comments, if you were a guardian spirit, what would you protect? Let's get into it. The Curupira isn't just another character in Brazilian folklore. He's an icon. His presence in tales is powerful, carrying messages of environmental respect and the dangers of greed. But did you know his legend predates colonization? This story has its roots in the wisdom and traditions of indigenous peoples, passed down through generations. Stick with me, because today, you'll leave this video knowing every detail about this enigmatic being. Let's start with his physical appearance. The Curupira is often described as a short, boy-like figure, with bright, flame-colored hair that almost glows in the dark forest. His backward feet are not just a quirky feature, they're a clever tool. These unique feet leave misleading tracks, confusing hunters and wanderers who attempt to follow him, often leading them deeper into the woods where they lose their way. But his striking features don't end there. Some legends describe his sharp teeth, almost like fangs, and a mischievous grin that sends chills down anyone's spine. His laugh is another defining trait, a haunting, echoing sound that can seem to come from all directions, making it impossible for intruders to locate him. Now imagine hearing that deep in the forest. Spooky, isn't it? The Curupira's origins trace back to the indigenous cultures of Brazil. The word Curupira comes from the Tupi-Guarani language, meaning boy of the body. The indigenous people viewed him not just as a legend but as a real spiritual force that protected the forest. He was their ally, a figure to be respected, feared, and sometimes even appeased through rituals and offerings. This spirit isn't bound to a single role. While he is primarily seen as the guardian of the forest, his influence extends to protecting specific areas like sacred groves, ancient trees, and hidden streams. Some stories say he has the power to heal damaged trees and revive injured animals, making him a symbol of nature's resilience and renewal. The Curupira's personality is as fiery as his hair. He's mischievous, unpredictable, and fiercely protective of his domain. Hunters who kill animals for sport or woodcutters who harm the forest recklessly often find themselves victims of his wrath. He doesn't hesitate to confuse, terrify, or even physically harm those who disrespect his home. But for those who respect the forest, he can be a silent ally. His relationship with animals is another fascinating aspect. Many tales suggest that the Curupira communicates with the creatures of the forest, acting almost like their king. He warns them of dangers, hides them from hunters, and sometimes even leads them to safety. Imagine him as the ultimate wildlife protector, ensuring that balance is maintained. Did you know there are different versions of the Curupira's legend across Brazil? In some regions, he is seen as a solitary figure, silently patrolling the woods. In others, he has a family, with children who inherit his protective duties. Some even say he travels with a magical deer or a jaguar as his companion, further emphasizing his bond with the animal kingdom. But here's an interesting twist. Not all encounters with the Curupira are negative. In fact, some people believe he rewards those who show kindness and respect toward nature. Farmers who plant trees or hunters who take only what they need have reportedly received blessings in return. It's as if he has his own moral code, strict but fair. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Curupira's legend is the idea of his immortality. Many say he's not bound by time, and while the forest ages around him, he remains unchanged, eternally youthful. This timelessness reinforces his role as a guardian, watching over the forest across centuries, no matter how much the world changes. But where does the Curupira's power come from? Some believe he draws strength directly from the forest, becoming more powerful the healthier it is. This is why deforestation and destruction are seen as direct attacks on his very existence. The healthier the environment, the stronger he becomes, a powerful metaphor, don't you think? And let's talk about his weaknesses, or rather, his few vulnerabilities. Legends say that while the Curupira is nearly invincible, he can sometimes be distracted or even appeased with certain offerings. Items like tobacco, fruit, or honey are said to pacify him temporarily. But don't think this is a guarantee. His loyalty to the forest comes first, always. Another layer to his story involves his interactions with humans. Indigenous children were often warned to stay close to their villages and avoid wandering too far into the woods, as the Curupira could play tricks on them. However, for those who treated the forest with respect, he was seen as a protector, guiding them safely through the wilderness. Over time, the Curupira's legend expanded beyond indigenous communities and became part of Brazil's national folklore. He's now celebrated in festivals, depicted in art, and taught in schools as a symbol of the country's rich cultural and ecological heritage. Isn't it amazing how a legend can evolve and remain relevant over centuries? In modern times, the Curupira's message is more important than ever. As deforestation and environmental destruction continue to threaten Brazil's forests, his story serves as a reminder of the need for preservation. He's not just a figure of the past. He's a call to action for the present and future. And did you know the Curupira is sometimes confused with other figures, like the Capra? While both are forest guardians, they have distinct roles and characteristics. The Curupira is more focused on protecting the forest itself, while the Capra often acts as a guide for lost travelers. These legends coexist, enriching the tapestry of Brazilian folklore. So, what do you think of the Curupira now that you know all these fascinating details? Could this fiery guardian be more than just a myth? Tell me in the comments. If you met him, what would you ask or say? I'm curious to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Brazilian folklore, make sure to leave a like and share this video with your friends. Let's spread these incredible stories and keep the magic of our culture alive. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss another video like this. Here, we explore legends, myths, and mysteries that inspire and spark curiosity. Thanks for watching, and remember, respect the forest, because you never know when the Curupira might be watching. See you next time.